All right, hey everybody, welcome to the Shonen Show. This is Earth.
This is Edge.
This is Lynch.
We're back again for our first session of the new year, and we're happy to be back. We hope everyone had a great holiday season, and well wishes to you all. There's some cool new anime out, but we kind of want to roll out the last year with our thoughts on, just the general year of anime. Anyone want to start us off?
I'll say generally 2014 kind of sucked, but anime was solid. I mean, definitely, especially the fall season. There was a shitload of good titles.
Yeah, shitload.
That fall season was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic.
Give us some highlights.
Well, one of my actually favorite anime of the entire year.
Oh,
was...
don't do that yet. Don't do that yet. We're definitely going to talk about our top anime of the year. But let's avoid the overall top for now.
That's why I said highlights, or just overview in general. Like not. We'll get to the tops. We'll get to the tops.
One of the gems of the year was, and Edge will agree with me on this. No Game, No Life.
Yeah, that was great.
It's one of my favorites of the year. It was so well done.
Yeah.
And the only problem I have is it was short.
Yes, it was. It was very short.
And as of the moment, no talks of it coming back.
There's still no talks?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. That's really depressing because Edge got me into it, and I love it. It was great. It was a great. I had a great time watching it.
Everything about it was incredible. I mean, hell, even from just a regular game of cards to especially that Imagination Shiratori.
Yeah.
Dear God, that was fantastic.
It was so good.
I just liked that it was very unique. There's never been anything like it that I've seen really before. It was just something new.
Yeah, it had a very unique concept. And the whole series was just kind of unique in and of itself.
Yes,
from the concept to the art style,
to
the color schemes. It was just so well done. And it just, everything fit together very nicely into one fantastic package.
I like that you brought up the animation, because I feel like the color palette they chose for a lot of its scenes was very interesting. There was something majestic and fanciful about it. Like, you could tell that it wasn't the real world.
The only, to make a comparison for the color palette, I would have to say Gankutsuo, I think it's pronounced, the Count of Monte Cristo anime.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
they had that very bright, kind of off color palette.
It wasn't
slightly neon almost.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Slightly neon. There was some sort of glow to everything, and it really gave the world itself a power that kind of drew you in more to its fantasy.
Yeah. Going to God, this would have been summer. Jeez, just trying to remember exactly when everything came out. But the Kawaii Complex Guide to Hostile Behavior and Manners was a good one.
Oh, Kawaii Complex
for the year.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Actually, I don't think I finished the last 2 episodes of that, which makes me sad, because I thought it was a really cute little romance with some fun characters. And are there talks of a second season? Is it a light novel?
There is an OVA coming out, but there is no second season announced as of yet. It was actually a runner-up for my best romance.
Really?
What stopped it from being
your
best
best
in my mind is that secondary characters are awesome. And the characters in Kawaii Complex were no exception. They were incredible.
They were.
However, they seemed to get in the way of the romance more than they helped.
Well, that's usually what they do.
Very true, but usually the romance still kind of works out in the end. The way the feeling I got was that there wouldn't be a romance unless the two of them left the complex.
Yeah, I actually had Kawaii Complex as my romance of the year.
I would probably agree with Lynch on that. Although I'd like to hear yours,
because
Edge.
I think the one that you have for best is the one that I have for best comedy.
Oh,
well, if you're saying that,
okay.
that Kawaii Complex is your best of the year for romance, then I will tell you mine. My best for romance is Monthly Girls Nozaki.
Yup.
Okay.
Mostly just because of the various pairings.
Okay.
There was a lot on offer for pretty much people. If you didn't like the combination of Nozaki and what was the
Brain
female
fart.
protagonist's name?
Was it Sakura? No.
I think actually it was.
Yeah,
Was it
Yes.
Sakura? Yeah, I think it was Sakura.
It's like if you didn't like the two of them, then you could look at the pair from the drama club. You could look
Yeah.
at there was several
the
pairings.
prince and there was a lot of really cool pairings that were cute, and not all of them were like fully bloomed romances, except for the one, the sporty chick and the other dude who they were dating, but they both didn't really realize it.
Seo and,
They just
the
didn't.
underclassmen.
They didn't really know that they were dating yet.
But it was so well done because, and I had it listed as a comedy because it really, in more of a sense, it was more of a slice of life comedy than it was a romance, really. Because
Yes.
the main characters did have like that romantic interest, but it wasn't the main driving force of the series. Like it
No.
kind of was, but it was more of like
Yes
the
and no.
It was like the slice of life comedy was the driving force of the series.
Yeah, actually, no, that came out a while ago, so never mind on that. But
And like I can see it definitely for like being the best romance of this of it because it did the pairings very well.
Yes.
Where it wasn't just all of the females on the male lead. Harems.
Well, again, well done harems are well done, but very few fall into that category.
Yeah.
So you said that Nozaki would have been your favorite comedy then?
Yeah.
That's your top for the year?
That was my favorite comedy for the year with the Kokuri-san as my very, very close runner-up. It was just me sitting there going, which one do I give it to? I don't know.
Well, then in mine, I give it to Kokuri-san, so at least he made it on.
Yeah, I love Kokuri-san. It was so,
as your favorite comedy?
It's the runner-up to my favorite comedy.
Oh, okay.
It actually, because I'm sure since you watched everything Lynch, you could agree with me, it got really kind of dark in those last two episodes. I was surprised.
I actually haven't watched the last couple episodes.
Oh, geez.
I fell behind a little bit because
We're going to have to watch this real soon, and
Yeah.
you are going to be in for a bit of a shock.
I do need to catch up because I love that series. It actually held me a lot more than Denki Guy did as far as comedies went because
Denki Guy was good.
I
but
love Denki Guy.
I think it was more romance, and honestly, I'm not going to say it shit the bed in the end, but it just really left things more the same. No concrete closure.
With Denki Guy?
Yeah.
But Denki Guy was so sweet, and there was allusion to a lot more coming down the road, and
Oh, there was, and they did a very good job. I mean, towards the end, they created, I shouldn't say created, but they alluded to pairings that could be, such as Sommelier and the G-Man. It was well done, but again, it just...
I don't know. I think Denki Guy. I don't know. It's like how do I differentiate which one's a better comedy or romance than Nozaki or Denki Guy? But I do think of all of them, I do think Kawaii Complex is more of a romance and definitely my favorite romance. Yeah. But I'm not sure.
yeah, because I could see Kawaii Complex being more of a romance.
It is. It has more of the tone, and the animation is more realistic.
It definitely was more of a romance drama, more the typical shoujo as opposed to...
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't really a shoujo. It was more about the guy, but...
It was still the idea that it was things that girls are going to get more...
into, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Denki Guy is definitely more suited, I'd say, for men.
Yeah.
That's possible.
It has all the like the tropes. Denki Guy had all the tropes for more of like a male audience.
This is true.
Than a female audience. And with Monthly Girls, I just felt it was more of a comedy show than it was a romance show. Even though it was like the start of it was like the whole failed confession. Or the misinterpreted confession.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to rewatch that soon.
I was trying to think of my favorite drama for the year, and I couldn't put my finger on it until like we started talking earlier. I'd have to say Fruit of Grisaille was my favorite drama of the year, because no matter how it started, what it turned into was a psychological drama.
Exactly. And I definitely have to... I knew you were going to say that, honestly, just knowing you. I actually have to kind of go a little old school, but with a new twist. I'm going with Mushishi second season, which actually premiered in the spring, and it's everything that I wanted from a second season for it.
Mm-hmm. I never really watched Mushishi, mainly because the first time I got introduced to it, it was they had a calculation of time at Otakon or something like that, and I went to go watch something that was playing, and it was like I was gonna go watch some like action anime, and instead they were playing Mushishi. And I was just like, it's like when you're like gonna go drink water, or you're gonna go think you're gonna drink like water, and then you drink orange juice.
Yeah, I could definitely see if you're in the mood for action, Mushishi is definitely gonna put you off.
I'm sitting there going, I watched the episode, and I was like, what?
Wait, Mushishi's the one about the guy in the spirits.
Yeah,
you told me to check that out, but I don't think you said that the first season's not on.
It's not on Crunchyroll.
Damn, and I really wanted to check it out because it sounded interesting. It's on my queue. I'm trying to think of what my favorite. I'm not as prepared as everyone else for this one.
There weren't
with my list.
That many dramas released. This
There
year,
weren't. I'm looking at the list right now, and there really weren't. I'm trying to think if like I could choose one that is like a pseudo drama. But
I mean, if you don't have one,
I really don't have one. The other ones that I could like consider a drama are like more like Guros, but they're very dramatic at the same time. So like Parasite and Terraform Mars.
I actually didn't prepare a best Goro just because normally there really
aren't very many. Yeah, but I guess if I had to choose like my favorite drama, and if I had to like compare, like I guess really the only two that are really dramatic that I've really watched are Parasite and Terraform Mars. It'd probably be between the two of them.
And I would, as much as like they're Guro and they do have their action elements, I believe that they're more of a drama because
generally,
just the way that the story is portrayed.
Agreed.
And just like how the story plays out, they're very dramatic, where the action doesn't take the forefront, and it's more about the story, the interactions between the characters, and how these people deal with what's going on.
Yeah,
exactly. Okay, so if that's covering best drama,
well, I guess we did. Everyone say what the best drama is?
Well, I mean, we all have our opinions.
Well, yeah, we do. I actually was kind of looking stuff up and it wasn't really listening.
So mine was Fruit of Grisaille.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
And Mushishi
was yours. Yeah. Okay.
Normally, I wouldn't consider it, but with the number of them there was this year, I put a best shorts.
Oh, there were a lot of shorts this year. Yeah.
I didn't really watch a lot of them because they were like outside of my viewing, like my personal like preference range.
Mm-hmm. Well, if I remember correctly, you really enjoyed the comic artist and his assistants.
That was really good, and that I guess that was
it's 10 minutes, so it's a short.
10 minute. It's 10 minute. It's a half episode, and that was really good. That was really well played out. I really did like that.
So personally, I have to give it to. I can't understand what my husband is saying. It was pure chaos for the first, let's say, 6-7 episodes, but it really pulled a fucking phenomenal story, and kind of the same as Gagure Kokiri-san. It really got kind of dark in the last episode. Really pulled a real life moment.
Really, like, was it like heart wrenching or like beautiful?
I'll show it to you when we're done talking.
Okay,
it's pretty crazy to see from something that was just so crazy to see something along these lines.
You know what? We'll talk about this off air.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to ruin anything.
And the one thing with complete brain fart. The
comic artist?
No, not the comic artist. The husband one.
Ah, yes.
So I can't understand what my husband is saying.
Yeah.
I really wanted it to be if it was going to take that short route instead of like those 4 or 5 minute episodes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. I would much have rather had like a 10-minute episode or a full episode.
Honestly, I'm hoping that it is something along the lines of a test and that it will come back.
Like a pilot program or something like that.
Exactly. It was good. It showed it has a lot of potential. I guess I'll just give a runner-up real quick because it was hilarious for a Sega fan like me, but the High School Seiha girls made no sense at the end, but...
Well, my runner-up in the same vein is Tonari no Seki-kun. It did air this year,
Yes,
so
it did.
it's so randomly, fantastically funny.
Yes, I do like Tonari no Seki-kun. I'm with you on that.
So it was so. It really did remind me of Nichijou.
I don't know.
My Ordinary Life.
I've never seen Nichijou.
It's a long format of Tonari no Seki-kun, where it's just these high school girls doing random bullshit throughout the school days.
Okay, that's funny.
And it was the one part that convinced me to first start watching Nichijou was the school principal German suplexed a deer.
Okay, that's ridiculous. I actually didn't realize that Seki-kun was still going on this year and that it could be considered I was going to say that, but I was watching it like a year or so ago. It's been out for a little while.
A year ago or so. I guess it is a year now. It's first aired January 5th of 2014.
Yeah, I was watching it early. I guess that was early.
Or very early. It was
Very
the winter anime season of 2014. So
Was it?
yeah.
Yep.
Seki-kun?
Yeah.
When did it first start?
January 5th, 2014 through May 25th, 2014.
Yeah, the winter technically starts with the new year.
Yeah.
Fall will bring into because fall pretty much goes through late December.
So wait, it started early last year?
Early 2014, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Then I was watching it in early 2014, early last year. So yeah, you're right. Then yeah. Okay. Then yeah, that's probably my favorite short for the year as well. I watched a bunch of those just because I also really love the opening theme and the ending theme and the animations for both because they're just a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I always watch the whole episode because the opening and the ending are just so amusing. And music's fun and it's great. I actually want to watch it right now just because it's amusing.
So good. It was so good.
Kind of speaking of good openings and endings for something, this will go right into best action in my opinion.
Okay.
My best for 2014 for action is Irregular Magic High. Everything about that show honestly was amazing.
Irregular is my runner-up
For action?
for action.
For action, wow.
Yeah, it's my runner-up because there was one anime that just topped everything else for the year. But we'll get to that in a minute. But let's talk about action.
Action was great for this year, as always.
I tried to keep everything, just to let you guys know, I tried to keep all of my categories separate. So even if something could fit into romance and comedy or action and my best of, I completely split it off. So Irregular could have been my best of 2014, but I decided to give that, it would have been a runner-up. But
I just couldn't do it for my best and action. But I loved Irregular. It was so good. The storyline was so well done. The characters were really interesting.
Really only a few episodes of downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, as you were saying, it's one of those few animes where I watched the opening and the ending every time.
Every time, just because you enjoyed it so much. The animation's good, the music's good. And I just had a revelation because I completely forgot about the first half of last year and what anime I was watching then, and I just remembered what my favorite romance was for last year, technically. But we can get back to that after we switch topics, or we can do it now. But
so you might as well put it in now. It looks like Lynch is looking something up.
Yeah,
that's fine. Well, I just realized that because I was looking up a list of all the anime that came out last year that was like airing during last year, and I just realized that the second season of Love, Chinibayo, and Other Delusions was airing in the beginning of through March of last year. So technically, it was airing, and I loved every minute of both seasons of that. So the second season of Love, Chinibayo, and Other Delusions wins my favorite romance, hands down. And Edge is giving me looks right now because he doesn't like it at all. But I have a fanatic love of that anime.
Again,
it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Well, again, I want to like it. I like the idea. I like the characters. There's just something about the whole Chunibyo that just really grates on my nerves. I mean, some series do it well, and other series, it's just...
It reminds me of being a kid, like but it also reminds me
It's like
of
being a really nerdy kid.
Yeah, but she's dealing with problems like her dad's death, with delusions of grandeur, of she's trying to cope with emotional problems, and I can really relate to that, and a lot of people can really relate to that. That's why I think
you can relate to that by being some...
You disappear into a fantasy world in order to cope. I can relate to that.
Well, again, I can understand the whole idea of wanting to go, in one sense, distance yourself, but the whole idea that, again, every Chunibyo and every anime is always, I mean, again, at least all the ones I dislike, they're always, I am the king of the world, so to speak. You know, I'm going to create this world and I'm the king of that world. It's never just, I'm better than who I am. And honestly, when anime do that, that's when I don't have as big an issue with it.
Like one of the ones that has done it recently where they've done the Chunibyo really well is Supernatural Battles.
Exactly.
And the main character is very delusional, and like he has inserted himself into that like that fantasy world that he's created, but it's not he's the king of the world or anything. It's like he's trying to enhance his own view of the world.
The other thing too is he doesn't bring it up in the middle of fucking class. He really only does it around his friends.
I haven't seen that, so I have no.
He does do it like in the
point
middle
on
of
that.
class, but like
to
it's
lesser extents.
to lesser extents, but it's not like the whole. And he does it in public, and it's like it is his character that he is a Chunibyo, but it's not debilitating.
But here's the thing: in Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions, like Rika. Well, I just
first off, you don't have to defend it.
Yeah, you don't have to defend it.
I know. I really, you know, from personal experience, I can understand her plight, and I feel I just feel a really strong emotional connection to the story.
Just for the sake of argument, I just can't, in one sense, mostly
And
because if
there's nothing wrong with
was-
that.
If shit was going bad in my life, the idea of pulling more almost animosity, at least with the way American schools were when I was growing up. If I were to start doing that shit, my life would be even worse.
But this
than
is
it
an
already
anime world,
was.
and people dealt with her craziness, and she had a good group of friends.
See, that's exactly it. That's part of it, though, is if I stick myself in their shoes, my world goes with it, and it's all of a sudden, okay, if I did this, here's what would have happened. Ugh.
Well, here was the thing: like they never really cared what other people thought of them, and they dealt with it, you know, just fine. Although Yuta had to kind of get over his fear of, because the great thing about him is that he was dealing with, you know, going into high school, trying to put on a new persona, not being the weird Chunibyo he was when he was in middle school, and you kept but he kept getting dragged back to his youth. But at the same time, it was also about keeping your dreams and your sense of wonderment and your imagination alive. That growing old doesn't necessarily mean giving up parts of your youth.
Honestly, if you want a good... And I'm not going to say that Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions is bad.
No.
But if you want a good example of like a Chuni trying to get over things, check out Erasure.
I'll check it out.
It's on Crunchyroll.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. But you know, I'm just saying. That's my piece. That is.
So we should probably move on.
We should probably move on. We've been on
probably
Chunibyo and Other Delusions for a while.
For a little bit.
So we're back to action.
I started to glaze over a little bit there.
Back to action. So yours is Irregular, and
Yes, it is.
Irregular was great. Edge got me to watch Irregular. We watched every episode of that son of a gun, and it was fantastic. It was awesome. I mean, some plot elements might have been a little predictable, just because once you watch a lot of anime, some things in certain tropes you can kind of pick out. And like at the end, him and I were kind of like, aha. We knew this was going to happen, but
Well, we knew he was going to be a lot more powerful than he let
course.
on. But as to, you know, how powerful and everything else, honestly, it did keep me guessing for a while.
It did. But and it was fun, and he's a great straight man, and that was part of his charm, and it was just fun for that, and you know, so yeah, anything else to add on Irregular?
No, you guys pretty much said it.
Yeah, we kind of sucked it off well enough.
Yeah,
Lynch
we really did.
commented on his top action.
That's not my top action, but actually, yeah, we should get Lynch.
Yeah, my top action is Akame ga Kill.
Oh, that's right. Of course.
It was so good. It didn't deviate from what it presented itself to be from episode 1, where it's this character who went to go better his village, went to the capital to go make money, and found out that the corruptness and the just depravity of the capital, and it forced him to become an assassin. And he didn't hesitate in his decision to be this assassin to help rid the capital of the corruption. And there was no point throughout the series where he went back on that.
Nope.
So you mean it didn't pull a Blade and Soul?
Yeah.
Let's just ignore that pile of trash.
You see, I never. It's funny when I didn't even know Akame ga Kill got an anime. Like I was reading the manga like a year or two ago, and then Lynch brought it up. I was like, oh, other people know about that now. Like I was like, yay!
It's so good. And like every character is really well done.
Agreed.
The relationships between each character and their motivations behind why they joined Night Raid. It was so like it was such a beautifully done series. And like the ending wasn't you weren't left with like any like regrets at the end of the series.
Definitely a good thing.
Everything felt fulfilled. They didn't pull the hoodwink. They didn't pull the we're gonna trick you with like the character dying at the end. Spoiler alert. But and like they left it as is, and they made it very very well portrayed. So it was just my favorite of the year. There's a couple of runners up, really good runners
definitely
up.
One I have to check out.
Yeah.
But
I'm really pissed off right now. Apparently, Nanatsu no Taizai got a anime release in Japan, and it hasn't come over here yet. I guess it just needs to be translated.
well, it either wasn't picked up by any company, or because I mean, generally you either have Crunchyroll or you have Funimation. They're really the only two that are picking up.
It debuted on MBS and other Japanese news networks.
Well, that's what I mean. Is that
stations.
you have those two that do simulcasts,
Yeah,
and then
that's it.
everybody else, they either Sentai and Funimation just pick up anything that they want to do an American release of.
That's depressing because Nanatsu no Taizai is if like I actually got to see it's I wonder if it's fan subbed. I'm gonna have to check that out.
It could be.
It could be.
Probably.
If
Careful
it's
with that, but
well, why?
because you can come across any sort of
Virus or something like that.
well, not viruses, but just all the copyright and whatnot.
I used to watch fan subs all the time.
Yeah, but again, it's still
Just watch what?
I wouldn't download it. I would stream it.
Yeah, then the onus isn't on you then.
It's not on me. It's on the website that's hosting it.
Yeah, just be careful with them. Come down and watch your anime completely legally.
Exactly.
Yes. We do not condone streaming illegally on this on the show.
There are no pirates here.
There are no pirates. But anyway,
A pirate.
if I could watch the Nanatsu no Taizai anime, wink wink nudge nudge, I would probably put that as my favorite action because the manga is freaking fantastic.
So you say that now, and the anime is probably.
Oh, I would be so mad if the anime sucks. That's I would be so pissed off. You have no idea because I love the manga so much.
Like how I felt about Sword Art Online 2.
I didn't even bother with Sword Art Online 2.
How I felt about Tenjo Tenge.
How everybody felt about Tenjo Tenge.
Very true.
Oh my god.
There's always those anime that disappoint.
Disappointing manga. Wolf Guy Okami, which was nothing about darkness and rape, and it just never got happy, and I would just never finished it because I couldn't handle it emotionally.
Well, there's always those people that just want to make weird shit. But
Mysterious Girlfriend X.
yes.
That was weird.
And actually, we're gonna get into that in a second. Well, in a little bit.
I don't know if I I have like a favorite action. I mean, my favorite action would probably end up being my favorite for the year.
Okay, well, then you'll put it for your... So,
we
we've hit that point then, favorite for the year, or do you have another?
We miss sports anime.
Oh, we did miss
no,
sports anime. Diamond No Ace.
It's good. Diamond No Ace.
Okay,
is
actually,
good.
I got one to contribute to this. So.
Diamond No Ace is good, but it's not. It's no Yowamushi Pedal.
Oh, dude, you watched that
Yeah,
too?
it's so good. it's like Eye Shield, but with a good main character.
I know, right? No, I only said Ace of the Diamond because I thought it would be yours. I didn't think that you
Nope.
saw Yowamushi Pedal.
I love Yowamushi Pedal.
I was reading it when it was just a manga.
Yeah,
and,
same here.
Yeah, and that's so cool. We've never brought that up before. Well, usually we don't talk about sports manga or anime on here because of Edge, because he doesn't give a crap about any of them. But,
Pretty much.
But yeah, Yowamushi. I'm so happy right now. Yeah. All joking aside, Yowamushi Pedal is definitely the best sports. I think. Cycling, like there's such good characters.
Yes. we're getting looks.
Anything else to add, Lynch? I kind of stole your thunder there when I realized that you and I were on the same page.
Hey, it wasn't Yowamushi Pedal at all. It was free. Iwatobi Swim Club.
Oh, that's a fucking lie.
I see. You say that if you're trying to get laid. That's about the only time you admit that.
Free isn't a sports anime. It's a reverse.
Reverse harem.
It's a no. It's not even a reverse harem.
True. Yeah, because
it's a reverse fan service.
It is a reverse fan service. Yes, I had a gay friend who really liked watching that.
Muscles.
But yeah. I was actually thinking about it. I do have something that could qualify technically for best sports.
Oh,
Spaghetti. Because it is about a school club that is, I guess you'll say, more physically. It's not traditional sports.
that's the one with all the girls and the guns, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the survival game club.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
that's actually
it's airsoft. So it's just
Exactly.
airsoft. This is
yeah.
sport.
You're right. Airsoft is support. That actually does qualify.
Yeah.
That's actually that.
I never thought I could get Sabagibu on the list. I was a little disappointed. But
Yeah, it does qualify as a sport anime.
We're all on the same wavelength now.
But that was good. I actually watched a couple episodes of that, and it was
Really good.
It was fun to watch.
So we're gonna go on to
Best
of the
of?
year.
so
I
I've
mean-
got left's best.
Okay,
so.
what about everyone's favorite slice of life?
Ugh. Well,
What?
there weren't many good ones this time around.
So does anybody out there like boring?
I kind of do.
That was my answer to that.
Everything was all of the slice of lives.
I mean, some of them were like fusion slice of lives.
There weren't even that many of those this time around.
I mean, you had the rom-com comedy and like rom-com slice of life ones that we already mentioned.
Yeah, that's. I was joking mostly because of that.
But like the true slice of life ones, they were boring, really boring this year.
Yeah, Girlfriend Beta. God, what was...
Glass Lip was terrible. What was the other?
Celestial Method.
Celestial Method.
Yeah.
It's just like it's these slice of lives where nothing really actually happens. It's just watching. I could see like where people could get into it, like the hikikomoris could get into it, where like you're watching somebody go live their life, but like as people who like actually go out and like do things like do a podcast.
Yeah.
Or like friends.
Have friends. It's like I don't need to go out and I don't need to watch an anime of me doing what I already do.
Yeah, seriously.
So then, I guess on to the Grand Award, Best of 2014.
All right.
I guess I'll kick off then, going for one that Lynch had already mentioned. My Best of 2014 is No Game, No Life.
Really?
Just again, everything about it, the animation, the story, the characters, it was damn near perfect. Again, it's just short.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good.
really
I have not.
to say.
There's nothing to say about it. It's just a damn good anime.
Good ending, good opening. And again, it's
The animation's spectacular.
Like it's one of those quintessential animes that really everybody should watch.
thankfully a lot of people have taken notice of it. So
Which is great because it deserves the notice. It deserves to be credited for being a good, a great anime. One that's going to go down in watching history. One that we'll probably end up rewatching again.
Oh, definitely. And I'll go next. My favorite of the year was my action favorite of the year, Akame ga Kill. It had everything, and it had twists, and it had
Turns,
emotions. And you just felt for all of the characters,
Love, hate, drama, just everything you wanted.
And there was at no point where I wasn't in love with the series. There was just no point where I wasn't waiting for it to be aired.
Tell us how you really feel.
Fuck Death Note.
damn you, Lynch.
Damn you, Lynch. Can we go one episode with Death Note with
Nope.
So I told you it's got to be in every episode.
Every episode we have to say fuck Death Note.
And on that note, fuck Death
Fuck
Note.
Death Note. Yeah. Anything else to add about Akame ga Kill?
It's another one of those I'll deem as one of the quintessential animes where they don't take it like the other. It has like the shonen elements to it, but it doesn't have that like everything is positive shonen element. It's very more of like a realistic.
There's a
shonen.
lot of depth to it.
There's a ton of depth to it. And that's what I got on Akame ga Kill. Love it so much.
Why don't you marry it?
If I could.
If you could. All right. If only. If only.
Body pillow.
Of who?
Probably are.
The whole cast?
Tatsumi. No.
I've seen male body pillows. It's a little weird, but hell, if you got female body pillows, then yeah.
You actually just reminded me of the holiday fairy tale manga chapter. I don't know if you read it, but
Hey, there will be no mention of the big four here.
We'll get to that in a second. It's actually really cute.
I haven't kept up on the manga in a while.
It's actually really funny. Like Juvia goes around like doing stuff about Gray and like at the very end she's like, I got you a big old body pillow of me, and it's just her in a bikini like making a pose, and he's like, why would I need that? but the entire chapter is like really sweet, and it's just like a good warm feelings, even though that during the main manga right now a lot of shit's going down for anyone who reads.
So, what's your favorite of the year?
Well, as you guys probably think, it's you guys already know what it is. It's Love Chunibyo and Other Delusions, Heartthrob. That's
seriously
a lie.
Though.
That's a lie. It's Log Horizon. That's you guys must have known that it was Log Horizon.
Obviously,
it's Log Horizon.
Considering you pop wood every time you talk about it.
Oh man, I get such a chubby. You have no idea.
I love that show so much.
It is hands down probably the best anime I've seen in years, in my opinion.
And because it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's probably one of the most intelligent animes that I've seen in a very, very long time.
Absolutely.
Just because of how many different aspects of like the trapped in the game world that they
are exploring.
Yeah, exploring. From like societies to economies to
socioeconomic problems.
Socioeconomic problems. Like what do you do about the NPCs that were there to begin with? What happened with them? Are they just like still just welcome to Corneria?
Yes.
I like swords.
I like swords. Would you like to buy this apple? This berry heals you for 10 points of health.
And like they brought out the whole these NPCs are actually like people, and we're the intruders. Yeah, and that was like a huge thing, and like and they're now like the whole thing with flavor text becoming real was huge. And honestly, the first episode of the new year is amazing, and it's probably going to be my best of for this year too.
Well, actually, technically, it aired in 2014. So
Yeah, well, it was fall series. So, yeah. What?
yeah, it was fall 2014.
Yeah, fall 2014 that carries over into winter 2015.
Don't pull that bullshit.
Yeah, there's gonna be still like they're not done for the season.
No, it's
the
still
season's not
going.
over.
But again, it started in 2014.
Yeah.
So
We all know this.
Yeah, we all know this, but I'm still gonna count it. And there's probably gonna be
Yeah,
another.
it's just anything that's aired in
I will
2014.
cut you.
Yeah, but
You leave that 2014 shit back in 2014.
back in 2014. But yeah, I can't sing its praises enough. It's anyone who's anyone. If you liked sword art, I went way too heavy on the W on that sword.
Sword.
S-word. S-words for 400. Potent potables. Anyone who's very young will not get that joke. If you get that joke, comment and you get a cookie. Not real cookie.
I'll send you a gif of a cookie.
Yeah, you get a cookie gif emailed to you.
But or going back older than that, it's a much better .hack.
Yes, I agree.
Suck it .hack.
Suck it .hack.
I'm not going to defend .hack for people that don't want to. It's one of those
Don't
things where
want to like do 6 different things just to get one story.
Yeah.
it definitely took the idea of transferring different media, but thankfully, at least when you think about it, all you had to buy was a PS2 at the worst, and the games. So really,
Yeah.
because the
Suck it,
PS2
Xenosaga.
service is
But to you got to give respect to .hack and Sword Art for paving the way for Log Horizon, because obviously Log Horizon's along the same vein, but it just does everything right.
Log Horizon happened right around the same time as Sword Art.
Well, it was a little after, but yeah,
Well, not very much.
not very
very
much
much.
far.
Yeah.
Not very much far after.
half a season or so.
Yeah, like half a season. Yeah. I was watching them around the same time, and that's what was like huge to me. Like I was like, wow, this kind of sounds like Sword Art, because I'd watched a couple episodes of Sword Art, and I was like, and then I checked out Log Horizon, and I was like, oh my god, this is like Sword Art but better.
Kind of get us off of Log Horizon.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my favorite for the year. It's awesome. Watch it, and let's move on.
Let's move on. Before we start 2015, though, I'm going to throw out a question blitz.
Okay.
All right. What's the capital of Syria?
I don't know.
Lancaster?
I don't care. Fuck you.
I don't know.
My question is, what is your top weird anime? And I mean not purposefully weird. So we're not going to count, I'm not going to accept answers like Excel Saga, Puni Puni Poemi, Cat Soup. I'm talking things that are weird, either that they don't intend to be weird, or that just something happens and you're just looking at it and it's like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, like the kind of like the off color sort of anime. That's where its purpose isn't to just be left of center.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because when you look at Excel Saga, you look at, again, Puni Puni Poemi, Cat Soup, it's just like, were people smoking something when they made this?
They obviously did a whole handful of LSD and then made an anime.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll say it. Mysterious Girlfriend X.
I knew that was coming right back.
I haven't seen that, so I have no.
It's really weird, and they transfer emotions through spit.
What?
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Now I'm
it's
trying to rack my brain for what the best weird ass anime I've seen is, and they just kind of happened. I've got so many. I'm trying to think.
And like,
I'm gonna have to look at a list.
yeah, it's
It's a good question though, Edge.
Mysterious Girlfriend X is just kind of, it's like a slice of life rom-com. It's supposed to be just like goes weird because of like how they portray all the characters. Like with the main female, like has this special ability where she can transfer her emotions through spit, and the boy that like basically that falls in love with her.
Yeah, it really wasn't a bad anime. It's just weird.
Yeah, just weird. There's nothing wrong with weird. We're fucking weird.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with weird. It's just
It's just trying to like think of all the ones that aren't intentionally weird.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm trying to remember the one that was my top, which unfortunately I'm suffering a massive brain fart.
Nah.
It's
Another really good one was like I brought up earlier was Ganketsuwo. I can't.
Totally just figured out mine. But you were saying
the Count of Monte Cristo one.
Oh,
that was
okay.
really weird. It was the Gonzo adaptation of the Count of Monte Cristo.
Okay.
It was just really weird, but really good, but just really weird. And I understand people's like hating on Gonzo productions because they do adaptations.
Yeah.
Like they did Gonzo is the one that did the Romeo and Juliet anime. They did Samurai 7 if I remember correctly.
yes, they did.
I loved Samurai 7. I absolutely loved it. I didn't take it as like them bashing on Seven Samurai because I love them. I love the movie.
On its own, Samurai 7 is awesome.
And like that's how I took it. It's like I took it as like a standalone. This isn't trying to be Seven Samurai. I took it as like just like kind of like a. It's like how a lot of Americans look at who aren't into the anime culture, like look at Magnificent Seven.
Yeah.
Where it's like that the old Western like the Seven Cowboys whole thing where
What was it? It was a blatant ripoff.
Yeah, blatant ripoff.
Yeah.
But I felt with Samurai 7, it wasn't like the Gonzo wasn't trying to rip it off. They were just trying to do an adaptation of it.
Mm-hmm. I have to give it after looking it up and getting the name again. I have to give it Steins Gate.
Never saw Steins Gate.
I couldn't deal with Steins Gate. It was just it was too weird.
Well, that's kind of it. It has, in a sense, a very good story. The characters are enjoyable, but it is so weird. I mean, now that might actually probably fall into the same categories like Serial Experiments Lane of just trying to be weird, but...
Well, Serial Experiments Lane was really weird, but I couldn't find like a purpose in Steins Gate, but there in Serial Experiments Lane, it was the whole like... it was a whole introspective on the technocentric and like trying to find out if there is a god and that god is in the internet.
Yeah, Serial Experiments Lane will hurt your brain.
Yeah, it will hurt your brain.
I'm glad I've been drinking, so
I've watched it 5 times and I've had 5 aneurysms in my life. I'm pretty sure that each one happened while I was watching Serial Experiments Lane. I just don't remember the exact point.
You know, I just find Lynn's on the couch stroking out.
Well,
just in a puddle of blood
coming out of his ears. Yeah. Okay then. For me, I'd have to say I never actually really got into the anime adaptation of this one, but I read the entire manga, and I'm assuming that the manga, I mean, the anime is going to do exactly the same thing the anime did at the end, and completely break my brain because it got so batshit weird. Anyone, did you ever check out Air Gear?
Yes.
The ending to Air Gear is so fucking weird. It just like the last.
I couldn't keep with Air Gear just because of how long it ran and
it ran for so long, and it just
and for a long, very very long time, it didn't go anywhere.
The manga, the end of the story, it like Obama shows up and switches brains with a girl on their team, and then it also twists in the whole 99 versus the 1% movement in America.
What?
I'm dead serious.
You're talking the anime though, not...
No, this is the manga, but I'm assuming this is going to happen in the anime because this is the story that happens.
I was about to say, if I remember correctly, Air Gear is made by Oh Great, who did Tenjo Tenge as well.
Well...
And I think the anime got shit on the same way
Oh,
As
the
your Tengen
anime of Air Gear definitely got shit on.
Well, good, because the ending of the manga is so batshit fucking weird that it broke my brain. Now, I did look up a list of weird anime. Now, I will say one that I like that's weird, that I know Edge doesn't like, Kino's Journey. I like that one. That one's got that one's weird, but it's in a good way to me. Like it was a bizarre trip. Like you gotta watch it and it makes you think, but it's a really weird. Like there's a talking
You saying
motorcycle.
I don't think?
Well, no. Well, yeah. You're a meathead.
The Air Gear anime didn't really last very long.
Good, because the freaking
I think it
manga.
was 26 episodes.
26 episodes and 3 OVAs.
Well, good, because the end of the manga is batshit insane, and I'm dead serious about the whole Obama thing and the 99%. And they're fighting with roller skates and in the air, and they're talking, and the dude's like trying to sway the people with the whole thing about the 99%. And I'm like, why are we talking about Wall Street and why is Obama in this manga? And I don't know if like the dude who writes it just like got really obsessed with political economics in America, but it just got really weird at the end. And I know it's not an anime, but I just really wanted to talk about it for a while, and it really freaked me out because it ruined the end of the story.
Actually, I might have to switch Steins Gate out, actually, thinking on it now, given that you're saying that. You know what I might have to put, Lynch? C for Control.
Yes, I was just looking that up.
That is a weird anime, and everything makes sense. It's just weird.
They use economics to fight. It's like to
yeah, that one.
Fight.
Yeah, the one with money is power, right? Yeah.
I mean, again,
we never
makes
finished
a lot of
watching
sense,
that one,
but it's weird.
Did that finish?
Oh yeah. It only got 12 or 13 episodes.
Was it good? Was the ending good?
It's satisfactory.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch that.
11 episodes.
11 episodes. What's it called again? I'm gonna add
C for Control.
C for Control.
C for Control. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like The Power of Money and Soul is the subtitle.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to Crunchyroll right now to add that to my queue because I really
not
Not
on
on
there.
Crunchyroll.
no.
No. You could. I think it's on Hulu.
Oh, okay. How did we watch it then?
You own it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw it on Hulu. So
Hulu.
fuck Hulu. Pay for your service. I don't want to watch commercials.
Oh.
I don't. Or I'll watch commercials. Just give me less commercials.
Well, that would be kind of it, yeah. One commercial at the beginning, maybe one at the end, but
Or like I'll take the one in the beginning or the one in the middle, but not like the 3 minutes of commercials that I have to watch anyways, even if I pay for it.
that's ridiculous.
I hated that because like I'd pay for the
Viva la Crunchyroll.
Yeah. I'd pay for the subscription service for Hulu, and I'd still have to sit through like 5 commercials at the beginning of the episode. Why? I'm paying you money for this. Why do I have to why do I have to watch as many commercials as the free users?
Yeah, that's what doesn't make any sense.
Oh, but you get the Criterion Collection.
Big whoop-de-doo.
You get movies that came out 70 years ago.
Well, although if they give you access to
It was empty.
Seven Samurai, then
No, yeah, you get Seven Samurai, but that doesn't make it worth it.
not entirely.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I know.
it's on Crunchyroll.
I know, but I'm just adding it to my queue so I can watch it later.
Kind of an announcement real quick. I know I talked with both of you about J-Star's Victory Versus, which is the Shonen Jump video game on PS3. Pretty much every character from the start of Shonen Jump till
now
is available as playable or as backup. For the longest time, I was lamenting because it is I'm not going to say a very hard game to play in Japanese, but it's not easy for an English player to pick up and learn. It's not like a lot of other fighters that are really intuitive. There's so much that can be done, especially with environment and with summoning allies at appropriate times to maximize your damage, that it really would have been a very difficult game. Bandai Namco decided to be really fucking awesome. They've announced that we are getting it. And they are actually offering a PS4 version with added bonuses. So,
Really?
congrats all you anime lovers. We are getting this game.
We're getting
Yes.
it. We're getting it.
Yes,
we're
we
getting
are.
it. Holy freaking shit.
I was amazed.
I cannot believe we're getting it.
There are so many characters that we have never seen over here in the U.S. I was stunned.
I can't believe it. Like, I've got chills right now. I can't believe that game's actually come to America.
So when are we getting Namco X Capcom?
Well, technically, you got version 2.
I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Like I'm totally lost right now because I was looking up something.
Derailment.
Derailment. Arr.
Well, I guess I'll take this moment to talk about something else then, if nobody's got anything. We talked about the show Amagami.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The guy
The
through
dude,
multiple dimensions, dating various girls.
women. Yeah.
Actually watched. So far, I haven't had as much time to watch anime as I'd like. I've only seen one of the girls, so 4 episodes, but it's been pretty decent. Just to give it a review, I'd give it probably 3.5, 4 stars out of 5.
That's reasonable.
It's serviceable. It really it beat my expectations. The guy isn't quite as moody or as cynical as I would have liked to have seen for a guy that has quote unquote given up on love. But it did a good job, a very fantastic job of closure. Okay. It's one of those things where after 4 episodes and it's okay, you're going to be done with this girl and you're moving on to the next girl. How do you end that? I mean, a lot of series would have taken a shit ending. It would have been, okay, they have their first kiss, they go on their first date, whatever. They end the 4th episode, 10 years in the future, the 2 of them are married. It's like, that's fantastic. I like seeing that.
Okay.
There's that closure.
I was gonna say, because in the beginning you were kind of pissy about it. Like, I remember talking with you, and you were kind of butthurt.
Well, again,
about Amagami.
The main character's mood was definitely kind of a downer, but it has redeemed itself, and I am definitely looking forward to seeing how things go with the next 7 or whatever girls.
No, fair enough. Tagging out.
Who? What?
Amagami. Just
okay. So I'll wait for. I actually have a question this time around for the question blitz. I was thinking about it. Probably it's going to be one that is circulated around for a little while. But and it's probably one that's come up in discussion a lot and has some very very notable answers. But I was just wondering to see if there's any other ones out there that really pique people's interest.
You know what, then? If we're going to wait a bit on that, maybe I'll ask a question?
Go for it.
This is one that has, I'm not going to say bothered me so much, but it's been hilarious seeing some people's reactions or some people's creations. The idea of the fan-made battles, the idea of taking, one character from one series, one character from another series, and just sticking them together and saying, fight. I remember one of the most noticeable ones was probably almost 10 years ago. Somebody did a Rurouni Kenshin versus Yu Yu Hakusho. And it was just like, this is fucking hilarious. You're taking somebody from a near DBZ power level and forcing him to fight somebody from essentially a historical fiction power level.
Yeah.
That does not end well.
You kind of have to do power level against power level.
Exactly. I know the Dragon Ball Z versus Sailor Moon has been done to death. It really, again, never interested me too much, especially now that I shouldn't say now, but especially since Akira Toriyama himself came up and pretty much said, my Dragon Ball characters are weaker than the Sailor Moon characters. It was that final end, to that discussion of who wins. But I'm just curious, your guys' I shouldn't say your reactions, but, any hilarious or whatnot fights you've ever heard of, that, might pique your, I shouldn't say pique your interest, but something that stuck with you.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the screw attack, the screw attack,
similar to
battle to the deaths.
Yeah, similar to the death battles they do, but just mostly with the anime. For example, some people have said, Madara Uchiha versus anybody. And it's just kind of unless you stick him against, again, somebody from Dragon Ball Z, it's really kind of a one-sided fight.
I don't really pay attention to a lot of that stuff. It's like
Madara Uchiha would probably just get one shot by Naruto by now, so really on the power
What I mean
scale.
though is, again, if you take him out of his universe and you put him against anybody from any other universes, there's very few that can deal with him.
I mean, I guess probably Yusuke, Goku.
you drop him in the Bleach universe and get his shit pushed in.
But again, the illusions are really
yeah.
The illusions are really tricky to deal with, though, which is part of the problem.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone in the
Because Yusuke would win if he gets the drop. But
yeah. But here's the thing: Yusuke is just so sheerly strong that I don't even know if Madara could like do things to him really. And he's a demon; like he's not. He's not even human. Who's to say that his a lot of his abilities would even work on Yusuke? Just like his sheer power of his existence might break any spell he tries to cast on him.
And it's like trying to stick Madara into any universe that uses like a spirit power, where the spirit power can be used to break illusions, like just the general overwhelming spirit power. That's another deal breaker for some of that. Like if you can just like be like, boop, I just raised my Reiatsu and no longer am illusioned.
Even like a weak Shinigami would just be like, I'm out of the Genjutsu. Bah.
But see, again, that's yet another one that I just keep finding hilarious. In recent years, especially with the Kenshin live action, some people have been doing Kenshin versus Bleach characters because it's like, oh, they're both swordsmen. It's like, no. They are in two entirely different levels.
Yes, of course, because Kenshin's realistic. And how is the Kenshin live action, actually?
It's very good.
Is it?
Or it's spent. I love it.
Is it good? I'm going to have to check it out. How the actors and everything, just production value is good?
Yeah, it's really well done. It's the first movie, it takes the first arc of Kenshin and basically turns it into a live action movie.
Oh, we're gonna have to watch that sometime. That sounds fantastic.
It's
That's gonna be like a
wonderful.
movie night thing.
And they just released the first part of the Kyoto movies.
Nice.
They're two-parting the Kyoto arc.
That's probably for the best.
So I need to get it. It looks so good. Because it's like all the same. It's all the same like production styles and actors from the first movie.
How did we get on this?
Kenshin.
How did we transition?
A lot of people have
towards
hard-ons
this?
for Kenshin and keep sticking him against unrealistic opponents.
I mean, Kenshin's a great character, so I mean, it's like,
But you're taking a character out of his power level and trying to force him against characters of like just different magnitude worth of power.
of course, like you're basically putting him against God.
It was the same idea. Again, they kept doing that with Inuyasha. They'd keep saying, "Oh, Inuyasha versus so and so, Inuyasha versus."
Inuyasha's a bitch. I'm saying it. Inuyasha's a bitch.
He's definitely not my favorite anime character. I see his strengths, but
Yeah, he's strong-ish,
but
he has a period.
he's definitely.
There's one night a week he won't work. It's actually a month.
He definitely falls in, I'd say, the mid-range of power levels, especially thanks to like Bleach and Naruto.
Yeah.
Pushing down other anime that were above them. It's
Nami from One Piece could kick his ass.
Fuck One Piece.
This is the only time you'll hear One Piece on the show.
pretty much.
It will never end. They'll never let it die. So, okay. I finally figured out a question for this question blitz type thing that we do. And it's probably, and I was saying it while we were vamping for you waiting for you to come back. But soundtrack at OST that has stuck with you since you first like heard it.
Like a song from an anime?
A song, a soundtrack for the entire anime, just like something that's like just stuck with you, and it will always like kind of be there for you if there's a song that like kind of changed your life.
Okay, there's two actually. The fourth or fifth. I brought up Seishun Kyokotsu by Sambo Master before. I really love that song. and Rolling Go, the first opening for the very first Hajime no Ippo anime section, because I mean we've talked about Hajime no Ippo. It's been ongoing in manga form for 20-something years, I think, and it's not over yet. It's got over 1,000 chapters. It's old.
Sneaking up on 1,100.
Yes, it is sneaking up on 1,100. It's so old.
But
they're putting out another series of anime too. Like they're just plugging them out every couple of years. They're just putting out more anime, just catching up to the manga gradually. Because honestly, you can catch up to the. I mean, the fights don't take as long in anime form. Like the manga form, they take a while. But anyway, but Rolling Go, the first opening to actually even the second opening to New Challenger, which was the second series of Hajime no Ippo, I really loved. I don't know why. I really loved both of them. They were just very passionate, very very well suited to the anime, and I still hum them to this day.
Well, and music doesn't need anything. It's just everybody's personal preference.
It is what it is. But I really really loved that. And there's one Bleach, I think, or no, that might have been another Naruto one. Naruto.
Do you remember anything about it?
Was it D Techno Life by Overworld?
I don't know.
Oh, so that's probably one of the most most well known.
Yeah.
It's the second Bleach opening.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You have Asterix, which was the first, which is pretty awesome still.
I think the
most of the Bleach ones were pretty good.
Yeah, most of the first like 5 Bleach openings were awesome.
That was one I wanted to bring up. Is like just the plethora of fantastic songs that have come from Bleach. They have like gained a lot of traction because of Bleach, and like the whole like how a lot of artists get pretty well known in the stateside because of anime.
Thanks. Yeah.
All of the music in Fulikuli.
Yeah,
it just hit me. Every song in Fulikuli, like just the entire thing was like partly about weirdness and growing up. Okay, can that be my weird anime? But
that was intentionally.
But it was intentionally weird, but it made sense.
That was still intentionally weird.
Okay,
It wasn't weird.
Read the manga. Yeah. It's intentionally
weird. Fine. But okay, I will say though that its soundtrack has stuck with me because I love the music in Fulikuli, and for being 6 episodes long, I love it. Like the music, I was listening. I downloaded it all and I was jamming out to it when I was like in middle school and like high school and stuff like that. So like I even played it for my parents because I wanted them to hear it because I would like rock out to it because it was just so good. Like the opening, the ending, like the songs that would play during the show, like it was great. Like
it's just like one of those life-changing soundtracks.
Yeah, it was just really good and really like very iconic for my youth. Was definitely Fulikuli's soundtrack. I'd say for me personally. But we've talked enough about me. How about you guys? Did you guys already talk about yourselves?
Not yet.
No,
oh, okay. So you just started with me to make me look like a dick.
Yeah, we were waiting for you.
I was bringing you beverages.
I've got, honestly, one that, I really, really love, has stuck with me ever since I've heard it, and one that's a guilty pleasure for the same reasons. I guess I'll start with the guilty pleasures.
Sure.
It was a horrible anime, but Lord. I honestly love the music for the Samurai Deeper Kyo anime.
Yeah.
It's a horrible anime, but
I vaguely remember that anime. I don't remember if I saw a lot of it.
I also have that one. I also have one in that like horrible anime but really good soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
the GTO anime.
Oh yeah, I do love the GTO.
The GTO
soundtrack
is
great.
Was fantastic.
The music, the opening theme, the ending theme, all of it was good.
Larkin Seal's what the hell's the name of that song?
Ready, Steady, Go?
No, not Ready, Steady, Go.
Driver's High.
Thank you.
Yeah. I kind of want to watch the GTO opening now.
Yeah. Fantastic soundtrack. Awful anime.
It's a guilty pleasure for me.
It is bad.
I know you guys hate it, but
you can.
I haven't read the entire manga version of everything.
The manga is phenomenal.
I know
the live action show is awesome.
Wonderful.
Stay away from the live action movie.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the show is fantastic. They're redoing the GTO
actually
live
the
action
GTO
as well.
Live action is on Crunchyroll.
Yep. And they're doing a new
Is it
series.
really? The
Yes,
GTO
it
live
is.
actions on
You need
Crunchyroll?
the-
Go to drama, but yeah.
You need a
Wow.
premium membership though.
I pay for it every month.
Yeah, so he's paying for it. So.
Yeah.
No, you need like you need
super
the
premium.
You need the super premium.
Oh,
Do you for
man.
drama?
Yeah, for drama you do.
Well, take a look. Maybe you can get it.
But
I'd have to say.
and now they're doing GTO Taiwan.
Oh God.
It's the same thing as the Japanese live action, but it's instead of being in Japan, it's set in Taiwan.
Okay, so it's not just another new manga capitalizing on.
Oh no, it's a live action. It's a live action drama, and it's basically just the GTO live action, but in Taiwan.
Might be interesting. I'd say definitely my favorite is from Utawari Ramono. It just all the music pretty much is done in almost a modern classical style, if that makes sense. I mean, they use the bamboo flutes, they use the shamisen. You get a little bit of bass, some electric guitar, but it's just phenomenal music.
I don't remember. I don't even think I've seen it. So
What
It's
anime was this?
Utawari Ramono. It's
What was
very
that
likely
again?
you haven't. It's,
I've heard of it. Have I watched it? Have we watched some of it together?
watched a decent amount of it.
Remind me of what it's about.
Well, I'll leave that for a little bit later. I've got another question that's going to kind of involve that.
Otawari Romano. Okay, because the name is so familiar, I'm like a little pissed off that I don't remember what the crap it was.
I'll put in the link dump.
Okay.
Well,
But so that leaves it to me to bring it all the way back around to the guy who asked the question. It's so said, but it's got to be. But it's so well known, and it's got to be the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack.
Oh,
The entirety of the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. It struck a chord with me ever since I saw it in '98.
That goes without saying. You can't.
I love Yoko Kanno's music. It's wonderful.
bet you're still sore about that one.
About what?
I don't
we're
even.
not gonna talk about it on.
We'll talk
on
about
air.
that off air because I don't know what you're
off air.
talking about. Now, I will say. Well, go ahead.
And,
You know what?
like
never mind.
just like
Don't mind me.
I grew up on jazz and it was such a wonderful like feeling once I heard that the opening song of Tank, and I heard another country love jazz as much as I did. It was a wonderful feeling, and then like hearing Tank, and then hearing the entire soundtrack throughout, going from like jazz and blues and like country. It was such a wonderful like travel through like a musical landscape that Yoko Kanno and the Seatbelts created for Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, no, it's a good soundtrack. It's not one of my favorites, but
I love that soundtrack. It just struck a chord with me, and it's a soundtrack that I'll still listen to this day.
You know, I'm with you on that, Lynch. I really think that Cowboy Bebop had everything, every element of a good soundtrack that you could ever hope for in an anime, from the beginning to the finish. The ambiance was perfect. The tone, the pitch, everything that they could have possibly done with the musical scores was just absolutely broad, encompassing, and set up a profound sense of everything to do with that story.
And I feel like it was intentional the way the soundtrack came out, because
of course.
it was like the whole series was directed at a Western audience.
Oh, of course. They
And-
did the music exactly how they needed to.
And like with the American audience, well, a lot of our music is rooted in the jazz culture.
Yeah. So it's something relatable for just about everyone.
It was wonderful, and I really did enjoy with Cowboy Bebop that every and it had such a musical element. The entire series had such a musical element to
Yeah.
it, because every episode was titled as a song,
yep.
I just had
except
another,
for the movie,
except for the movie.
because somebody got mad.
Somebody got mad.
I don't know who, but somebody got mad, and it was the original Japanese title for the movie was "Knocking on Heaven's Door."
Was it really? Oh, yeah.
And when it came out over here in the States, it was Cowboy Bebop, the movie.
I just thought of another iconic soundtrack, and I don't know if you guys will agree with me on this, because the manga for this...
Well, we don't have to agree, but...
Well, the manga for this...
usually don't agree with you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Except for Log Horizon.
Except for Log Horizon, and a couple others.
Even then, I don't.
Well, get out of here. Because you fail.
Because you're a heathen.
Yeah.
straight.
This is one of my favorite classic anime that really got me into anime. Trigun's soundtrack.
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, I could see that. It was,
Yeah,
it was,
dun-dun-dun-dun,
it was good. It was a good soundtrack.
like the opening theme, Vash's theme, like the $6 billion double dollar man song. That's like the original scores for that anime are amazing, and the music for that anime is just amazing. And I'll put that on every once in a while and just relax and just like listen to it, because it like puts me into that like this weird gel funk that I'm just kind of like, man, this is just grooving. I love that song, and I just love the whole soundtrack for the
another one from
entire
that,
anime.
that whole Trigun Cowboy Bebop era, Outlaw Star.
Yes, the music in Outlaw Star is good too. I haven't seen it in
Wonderful.
so long. That's when I got to rewatch again.
It's so good.
I had another one that I was thinking of that was really good music, and this is a really good question, by the way. Like bringing up good anime music.
Yeah, good anime music soundtracks. I love
Soundtracks,
it.
you know. And especially when it's original music for the anime itself.
Yeah.
That's it's honestly like the only thing comparable for scoring an anime is like scoring a movie. Like it's because it's not just a television show. It's a moving picture of beauty and someone's heart and soul.
And most of what is portrayed in an anime, in most animation, is not the animation itself. It's in the sounds.
Yes.
It's in the voice acting. It's in the soundtrack. It's in the sound effects. It's in the ADR.
Well, that's half the problem with a lot of, like, especially the VHS anime from, early 90s. Where,
Are we talking about Sonic the movie?
Well, I mean, Sonic the movie, I've got Wrath of the Ninja.
When Knuckles gives Dr. Robotnik the finger.
Well, it's just the idea that, again, you can have a fucking awesome scene, but if you have, first off, terrible voice acting and terrible sound, that scene's shot.
I actually love Sonic the movie,
and
just for the record.
It's an awesome movie.
It's
it could
amazing.
it could go the reverse direction. You could have terrible animation, but have a fantastic voice cast and sound and soundtrack and sound effects, and that could make the anime.
Now,
No, go ahead.
To
Go ahead,
interrupt
Edge.
you guys,
No, go ahead.
you probably would both shoot me for this, but honestly, especially with the fact that all these U.S. manga or U.S. anime groups have dropped out of the running, now it's pretty much just Funimation and Sentai.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the U.S. voice acting has gotten so much better than it used to be.
Oh my god!
I mean,
yeah.
it is, especially like I've found myself putting on Mushishi when I want to relax at night, because there's just something about the voice acting that just relaxes me.
I still can't watch things in English though.
It depends on who they get as the voice actors in English. As long as it's not Vic Mignogna. Fuck that guy.
I think he
Who's he
has, in one sense,
Vic Mignogna.
I know the name. I forget who he's done.
Al.
I'm not going to say he's retired, but I
no,
think he's
Ed-
taken a lot
Ed-
less.
Al?
Ed.
Ed.
Okay.
Edward Elric.
Yeah.
He's taken a lot less work recently.
Good, because he's been in everything.
I saw Vic Mignogna at J1 Con this past year.
Oh, yeah.
We were doing coverage on the on J1 Con. Which we should go to. We really
where's
should
that?
go to. It's in Philly. It's in West Philadelphia.
Oh, born and raised.
Right. Get out. It's right over by Drexel.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. When is it?
I don't actually know the new
have
one,
to
but
take
it's
a
usually
look.
like
We should go to Wizard World. By
it's
the way,
usually like in October, but it's like it's a local convention for us. You can get there right by train.
it's an anime convention.
Yeah, it's an anime
like a really
convention.
small anime.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We should totally go to
Yeah.
that.
It was a fantastic experience. I loved every second I was
I
there.
didn't know Philly had an anime convention. When did
Except-
they start it up?
A few years ago.
Is it gaining momentum at all?
Yeah, they're actually like trying to get into like a multi-day convention now, because it's still only a one-day convention.
That's awesome.
But Vic Mignogna was there this past year.
That's that's pretty big, for him to be there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Vic
He goes to every convention.
I'll say this about Vic Mignogna. He's a great guy when it comes to like making appearances at conventions.
He's been at Otakon pretty much every year I've ever been there.
Really
Like he'll go to all like it doesn't matter like the size of the convention. If he's invited and he has the time, he'll make it out there. I won't discredit him for being really personable to the fans.
Exactly.
As a voice actor, fuck Vic Mignogna.
It's not even necessarily that his voice is bad. It's sometimes what he brings to the anime, unfortunately. Because honestly, I love him as Junpei in Persona 3. He does a fantastic job.
He is Junpei.
He does a fantastic job. But
Like just for the most part, I feel that his voice is it's his reputation has come before like his actual voice.
and part of the problem too is what happens with it sometimes, like what happened with the Full Metal Alchemist movie, where he said he couldn't say the word, he couldn't say God, he couldn't, anything that was anything to do with religion had to be cut from the script for him to do it. That's getting ridiculous.
There was a point where I wanted to full on layout drop kick him. I was like, because I turned to the guy I was with at the time. I was like, oh, how much would it be worth it to not be invited back here if I just ran up, laid out, drop kicked Vic Mignogna across the room? Because he is tiny. He is a tiny, tiny man.
Who?
Vic Mignogna.
How big is he?
He's like 5'7".
That's not that tiny.
Tiny enough for Lynch to lay him out.
When an Asian towers over him, he's kind of tiny.
Wait, you can't let the public know your secret, Lynch.
Oh no, an Asian loves anime. Fuck.
Well, I've got a question then before we, I guess, wrap this up. Your favorite anime? God, how do I want to phrase this? It would be probably Sucker Punch. Yeah, your favorite anime Sucker Punch. Your favorite moment or your favorite anime where it just goes, hey, surprise, this is what's going on now. It either changes direction, it pulls a stunt that you're not expecting, it just does something that you're just like, your jaw hits the floor and you're just like, what the fuck?
That's a great question. I got to think about that for a second.
Okay, I'll tell you my sucker punch right now. Wolfwood.
I was just thinking Wolfwood. Thank you so much. I wasn't gonna say it. I was like Wolfwood. Thank you.
Wolfwood was such a punch in the gut.
Punch in the gut. I was so fucking sad when Wolfwood died that I was just and Meryl was just like
it was such a heartbreaking moment.
Yep. We'll piggyback on that. Probably just say it as surprising deaths, because I mean it's not my favorite, but
it just
Gurren Lagann does another one.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh,
it's not even that is a sucker punch. That is
yeah.
such a sucker punch of a move.
You didn't expect it
you
at
don't
all.
expect it comes out of left field and
It's halfway through the show.
Main character from
not
the
even
beginning.
not even.
Yeah, you're right. It's right. It's like
Episode 7. I think.
it's like a third of the way, barely.
Oh my god! And it crushed me.
It crushed everyone. And I'm actually a big stickler is the word I'd use for proper. And Edge knows I've ranted about this before. Proper usage of death in storytelling is big for me because I get really bitchy when an author or a storyteller in general misuses someone's death, and it's got to be functional, it's got to have purpose, and it's got to be poignant in a way. You don't George R.R. Martin it and kill everyone for no reason. You do it with purpose, you do it with a reason, and you do it to enhance the story, and you make it meaningful. And Kamen
Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Kamen's death was perfect, and it was mind-blowing. And so was Wolfwood's, and not as mind-blowing as Kamen is, to be perfectly honest, but it was still startling.
It was Kamen's death in Gurren Lagann. It was the first one, pretty much since Trigun where I went, wow.
Yeah.
They did that.
They totally did that.
They killed him and they didn't bring him back.
Oh, I just thought of a good one as well.
Go for it.
It was kind of expected, but in I don't know if you guys saw Gargantua and the Verduous Planet.
Yes.
The very towards the end.
We talked about this before.
Yeah, I guess we did. I don't know. We've talked about so many anime. This is kind of ruining something for the end, but his commander. Spoilers, everyone! Spoilers. His commander, who's inside the other machine. It turns out that he's actually dead, and the robots basically decided it wants to reclaim humanity and become a god for the prime directive of basically controlling and doing what it needs to do. And I was like, whoa, that's intense. So the kid, like the main character, was like following the orders of a machine for a little bit, and then he started fighting him, and then he realized that his superior had died a while ago, and that it was the machine and its mind that had decided the course of Earth's humanity now, and he was fighting against that. And I was just like, whoa, that's a interesting turn of events. I actually liked that, but it was still a smack in the face, but it was a good smack in the face, which is also another thing to say. There can be good, sucker punches.
Well, one of my favorites, for example, my top is from Utawari Ramono. The fact that the series, for the first 20 episodes, it's a 26-episode series with 2 OVAs. For the first 20 episodes, it convinces you it's a fantasy story, that there's these beast men that pretty much have this planet. Man wakes up not knowing who he is, and it's just going, and all of a sudden it says, you thought this was fantasy? Nope, this is sci-fi. This is now thousands of years after humanity has been extinct.
Wait, is this the one based on the H game?
Yep. Yeah,
you and I never finished watching that. You just ruined the ending for me, you son of a bitch.
You saw it to that point.
Did I?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I don't remember this. This is a lie. You're a liar. This was while your brother and I were playing games, wasn't it?
Probably.
You're an asshole.
Well, I'll say one from actually.
This is like your Hunter from the Future, the anime. I will fight you to the death. Anyone who gets that reference is a fucking nerd.
I'll say one sucker punch that happened actually in my favorite anime of 2014, which was a comic A Kill. The first episode, they punched you right in the goddamn kidneys. From episode 1.
Blew my mind. Blew my fucking mind. I did not know what to say.
Wonderfully done, because you going into the anime without knowing anything about the story, you thought it was going to be your typical. You thought it was going to be your typical like shonen style action anime where like the good guys always win and they'll survive and like they'll defeat the corrupt overlords, and it's like from episode 1 it's just punching people, it's just punching viewers right in the kidneys, episode after episode after episode.
You know what? Actually, another one, probably my runner-up, would be the ending to Saikano. It's almost expected. The way, especially by halfway through the series, you're sitting here like, this is not going to end well, but I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that the human mind just isn't capable of contemplating how that ending turned out.
Well, I didn't really. The anime ending was so.
Well, I mean, either ending.
But the manga ending was
is so much better. God. But dear God,
and it's one of the very, very, very few animes that I've cried through.
Yeah, you will not see me crying like a bitch for much, except
Saikano was one. Cowboy Bebop was another. When Spike finally meets Julia after 3 years. And then gets gunned down in front of him. Oh, it got me so hard.
Angel Beats got me hard.
Angel Beats didn't really get me all that hard.
So that got me hard.
Out of context, me walking back and hearing you guys say that got me hard would be kind of weird.
Yes, it would.
It would.
And now you're bringing up wood? Stop it.
if you we're right about time. If you want to end this show, if you want,
wood, we're ending it on
no,
wood.
we're going to end it on a cry fest.
Okay.
God, I've just brain farted, but
So you farted on the wood.
yeah, I farted on the way. No,
Okay, if we're doing Cryfest, Guilty Crown.
Okay, I was actually going to bring that up because I haven't finished it yet, and I'm already prepared myself for emotional damage.
In one sense, I'd say don't finish it. You've seen enough.
But I have to. But it's going to kill me inside, isn't it? Because I'm too sensitive.
It's so good, but yes, it will.
It's going to hurt so bad. But it feels so good. Anyway.
Need to sit you down and have you watch Sakano.
I've seen some of it, and I can't. I'll cry. Like I'm too sensitive of a person. I will literally break down and while watching
it hurts. It gets you right in the feels.
I'll say I weep
To
every
feels.
time.
To feels. I can't do it. I'm too sensitive. Like Chunibyo Love and Other Delusions got me too emotional, and and that's not even that emotional. But I understood the plight of the characters. I get too emotionally attached.
Just cut the poor bastard off. Lynch.
But
I get too attached.
I'll just hit the mute button on that. But to end it, I had to look it up. But to end it on a cry fest, Hachi Monogatari.
Oh, Jesus.
Watch it. Cry for hours.
That's as bad as Grave of the Fireflies. Like,
Oh my
no.
god, just cry for hours. But to end it on a sad note, thanks for listening to episode 4.
Yeah, thank you for listening to episode 4. And another one that really was a kind of a tearjerker. The ending.
We said thank you for episode 4.
Well, no, Eureka 7's ending kind of made me sad.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Did you just pronounce Eureka Araka?
Didn't that's how they pronounced it in the show, didn't it? Eureka.
It's supposed to be Eureka, but
Yeah, that's how they said it in the anime.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, yeah.
it's
They
the
pronounce
same way if you watch the English version of Gurren Lagann, they say Simon.
Shimon.
Simon. But thank you for listening to episode 4. And that
Next time when we come back, we'll give you some in-depth looks at the anime of 2015. We kind of got sidetracked here.
Yeah, and there are some good ones for this season so far, and we'll be updating you on them and discussing them.
all right.
Please leave comments, concerns. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if anything you guys want us to do differently or have any questions.
Join us on our Crunchyroll group.
Yeah. And have a great day and happy New Year and enjoy anime.
Yes, keep watching.
Keep watching.